The deportation-industrial complex, 45 billion in a cage for every cause by this is not just a policy. It's not even a dog whistle. It is the shrieking klaxon of authoritarianism at full volume. The Trump administration, returning with the subtlety of a jackboot, has unveiled plans to spend up to $45 billion on what can only be described as a Gulag-style expansion of the immigrant detention system. As reported by the New York Times, the Department of Homeland Security, through ICE, has issued a call for bids from private contractors to build and operate detention centers across the United States, not just to hold immigrants, but now, as we've seen whispered in the subtext and shouted in certain corners of the internet, to round up protesters as well, specifically pro-Palestinian activists. Yes, you heard that right. We're building prisons not only for the undocumented, but for the politically undesirable. Let's break it down. $45 billion. That's $45 billion for concrete, bars, and barbed wire. If you're asking how many people you could imprison with that, let's do the math. ICE currently spends about $142 per person per day on detention. That means $45 billion could detain roughly 317 million bed days. Spread over a year, that's enough capacity for over 850,000 people every single day. For perspective, there are estimated to be 11 million undocumented immigrants in the U.S. And as for Palestinian protesters, if you count everyone who marched, rallied, and raised their voice since October, that's maybe 500,000 Americans, students, professors, veterans, clergy, being told their activism might soon come with a prison cell. So who exactly do they plan to lock up in these shiny new facilities? Let's be clear, this isn't about immigration. This is about retaliation, about control, about criminalizing dissent, about putting a price tag on protest and calling it national security. This is the merger of two American obsessions, mass incarceration and private profit. It is a dystopian Ponzi scheme where the more bodies you cage, the more money you make. A guaranteed return on investment if the investment is in fear. This is what happens when you start calculating human rights in contract terms. This is fascism with a spreadsheet. And the real kicker, they're not just planning this, they're planning to pre-authorize it. The ICE proposal would allow the agency to issue orders instantly as money becomes available. No debate, no delay, no vote. A turnkey totalitarian state, ready to activate at the stroke of a pen. To the protester, to the immigrant, to the activist, they're building these camps for you, and to the corporations lining up for a slice of that $45 billion pie. I ask, when did your business model become help the government round up civilians? For perspective, we spend the following on human services. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Federal spending on SNAP totaled around $113.1 billion, offering food purchasing assistance to low-income individuals and families. Temporary assistance for needy families. The federal government contributed approximately $16.5 billion to TANF, which provides financial assistance and support services to low-income families with children. Child nutrition programs. These programs, including the National School Lunch Program and School Breakfast Program, received about $23.9 billion in federal funding to ensure children receive nutritious meals at school. We have a choice. We can pretend this is politics as usual. Or we can call it what it is, a threat to the Republic, a threat to the Constitution, and a threat to every American who dares to give a damn.
Please subscribe to Carl's Mind Chime channel and like what you see, hear, or read. Mind chimes are not easy and take serious work. So if you read on Substack, watch on YouTube, or listen wherever you get your podcasts, let's support Carl's obsession.